Nassim, why did you move from Afghanistan to Pakistan?
Because of a good life.
And how old were you when you moved?
Can't really remember, like 2.
2. What was life like in Pakistan? What can you remember about Pakistan?
It was good up to like 2004.
What happened then?
And then there was big blast went.
Who created that big blast?
I don't know, it's Taliban maybe, I don't know who was it, but it was like the 10th of Muharram, we call that Ashura, and everyone goes from other village to other town for the mosque, like in the mosque, yeah, and then that was the blast happened there.
So a big blast?
Yeah, that was a big blast.
And were you scared?
Yeah, everyone was scared. Everyone hated it. Because it's like, when then we went up on the roof, we see it's a big blast. We just see the smokes.
And was anyone injured that you knew of?
I can't remember.
Okay. Were you going to school at that time?
Yeah, no, because of Muharram, there was no school for 10 days. And then, yeah, we started going to school. But every time if something happened, like a gunshot or anything, we didn't go to school.
So they cancelled school?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about school? What was that like? Did you go to a Pakistani school?
Yeah, I went to Pakistani school. I learned Urdu.
So Urdu was actually your second language?
Yeah.
So you had to learn Urdu because all of the instruction was in Urdu?
Yeah.
And then when you came to Australia, you had to learn English?
Yeah, that's hard.
Okay. And what do you find the most, the best thing about being in Australia?
It's good country, freedom.
The freedom?
Yeah. And quiet.
And do you think your life is better here than it was in Pakistan?
Yeah, of course it's better than Pakistan.
Okay. And what do you hope to do in the future?
I want to be builder.
A builder?
Yeah, if I get there.
Very good.
Next year.
Thank you for talking to us, Nassim.
You're welcome.
Hello, Reza, and thank you for talking to us today.
Hi, Michelle. No worries.
Reza, you went back to Afghanistan when you were in year 10, is that correct?
Yes.
And what was Afghanistan like when you went back compared to when you left the first time?
Well, when I first left Afghanistan, it was basically in a war. It was taken over by terrorists, basically, and there was a lot of killings and stuff like that. And when I went back there, it was much more improved. There was more security, but still there was danger. There was the danger, especially to the people who work in government or the ones, yeah.
And did you mostly feel safe when you went back to Afghanistan?
I felt mostly safe. It was still dangerous, but you get used to it.
Okay. You told me that you were in a car with some men. You were going somewhere and you felt quite scared. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yep. So when I went there, I was in a city called Kabul, capital city. Basically, I went from there to my village, and it was really scary because there's a thing where the American tanks, they go on a patrol, and they get shot at or they get in a war, and if you get stuck in between those sort of things, you never know if you're gonna survive or not. And I was actually stuck in one of them, and I was lucky to escape.
So how were you feeling when you were in that car?
Scared, just really scared.
And how long would have that been going on for?
20-30 minutes.
And how did you get out of that situation?
I just got lucky, you know. It was over, but because the Americans came quick, they ended it.
How did they end it?
Basically, just bombing wherever the, like, fighting the people that were trying to fight the Afghan National Army. Because the Afghan National Army was a bit weak, trying to protect every village and everything. They don't have much power as the terrorists.
How long were you in Afghanistan for?
3 months.
And were you happy to return to Australia?
Yes.
And what do you see yourself doing in the future?
In the future, I'd like to be a builder or a mechanic. Really like to join the army though.
Okay. Thank you for talking to us.
No worries.
Good morning, Amin. How are you today?
Yeah, good, thank you, sir.
Good, thank you. Amin, you were born in Afghanistan, is that correct?
Yes.
And then you moved to Iran.
Yeah, basically I was like little kids. Not even kids, like a
A baby?
baby born, yeah, like 8 months or 9 months.
Okay, why did you move to Pakistan, to Iran?
For safety reasons.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Basically, when I was born in Afghanistan, my family was in danger of Taliban. So we had to escape our village to Iran to survive from there.
And did you spend many years in Iran?
Yes, almost 15 years.
What sort of village was that?
I don't call it as a village, a small town. And yeah, I spent most of my life there. 15 years there.
Okay, and was that a safe place for you?
Yes, it was a safe place. I got educated, I went to school, and sometimes I've been attacked by Iranian people.
They attacked you?
Yes.
What sort of thing happened?
I don't know, they asked for money and stuff like that, so I didn't give them the money, and they started punching me.
And something happened to your dad, the same sort of thing?
Yeah, same thing happened to my dad. One day, he was coming back from his jobs, and then one of the Iranian thieves blocked his way, asked for money, didn't give them the money, so they stabbed him with a knife. So lucky he survived from that accident.
Yes, yes. And what about going to school?
Bit hard for Afghani people right now because it's expensive, very expensive. You have to pay lots of money for 1 year.
Is it free for Irani people?
Yes.
But not for Afghani people?
Not for Afghani people. They have to pay lots of money. I remember the last year when I was in Iran, my dad paid lots of money for just myself to go to school. My brother, my sister, and my another sister, they missed to school. For 1 year, they didn't go because of the money.
A whole year?
Yeah. They had to stay home. And I was the only one we had enough money from just me to go to school.
Okay. And what was the process in you coming to Australia? How long did that take?
Basically, the city that we were living in, they got they told us one day, the Afghani peoples are not allowed to live here anymore. They have to go to a new town or a new city.
So they kicked them out of that city?
Yes,
Town.
basically, yeah. And then we moved to a town called Kerman, like 2.5 hours away from us. We moved there, and one day my dad heard the UNICEF's trying to get some refugees to go overseas to new countries and stuff like that. And then my dad did apply for that, and I wasn't expecting that to happen for us, but it did happen. So we get to interview first, second, third, and fourth. Finally, the 5th interview we've done was in capital city, Iran, Tehran. So we had to go there for a week, and then yeah, that was the process, and it took nearly 1 year for us.
Okay.
It was unbelievable for us. And myself wasn't accepting that, in 1 year moving from my hometown to a new town, and then from there to Australia. was unbelievable.
Had you learned any English in Iran?
Yes, I did actually go to some courses for 3 months over the holidays. I just learned the basics, you know, the alphabets, the basic words like cat, dog, mom, dad, like that. And then the schools, like first until the grade 6, no English, just basic things, science, maths, Persians and stuff like that. And then from the grade 7, I learned a bit English until grade 8. Then I remember my exam for grade 8 English, I went really horrible. I didn't pass the exam. That was, yeah.
And now that you're in Australia, what are your hopes for the future?
Got lots of dreams. Hopefully they'll come true, but main one is finish my school. First thing is finish my school, get more educated, go to uni.
Well, all the best for the future, and thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.